Get ready for the InnaStar Trailblazer Awards on Saturday, October 12th at Miller Symphony Hall. Celebrate the best in arts and entertainment as we honor the legends and rising stars blazing a trail for the future. And guess who's joining us? R&B legend Sammy. Hip-hop icon Mr. Cheeks. House music queen Lady Alma. Legendary actress and singer Terrell Hicks. And the Latin sensation Angel Melody. This will be a night of inspiration, recognition, and unforgettable moments. Get your tickets now and be a part of the magic. Visit us online for details at InnaStar.org.
Welcome to the InnaStar Trailblazer Spotlight. Oh my goodness. As you know, I always say this is one of my favorite parts as we're leading up to the InnaStar Trailblazer Awards, because Trailblazers, what is that about? You know, for me, it's someone who's walking on purpose, living out their dreams, and just following your heart, you know, manifesting your vision. And you keep going, you keep pushing, you keep driving despite the odds, despite the naysayers, despite the adversity. You push past that, and that is what makes you a true trailblazer, you know. And our trailblazers are a force to be reckoned with, and we are acknowledging so many trailblazers from different sectors of the arts, from music, from beauty, from fashion, media, photography, videography, filmmaking, actor, model, visual artist, DJ, even our youth trailblazers, our young creatives, and community leadership, and the list goes on. And for me, this year is definitely the year of expansion, where we wanted to acknowledge more categories of the arts and expand a little bit more. And I'm just super, super grateful. For me, this is one of my favorite parts, because I get to a little bit behind the scenes. I get to learn a lot more about our trailblazers and speak to them personally in front of you guys, to just learn more about their journey, how they got started, when did they get started, how has that been going, what do they have going on right now, what do they have coming up next, and what word of advice or wisdom they can impart and leave with you guys. So I'm excited. For those who don't know me, and if you're watching the first time, my name is Jacinth Headlam. I work on air at QVC as an on-air talent. I'm also a film producer, actor, and an author, and the CEO and founder of the InnaStar, and of course the coordinator and founder of the InnaStar Trailblazer Awards. And I'm just a girl that's walking in obedience. This is not for the faint of heart. You know, it's a lot of work. The mantle is heavy, but I'm grateful that God trusted me with this purpose, with this vision, and with this, to just carry this out. I'm grateful, and I'm grateful for everyone that's on this journey with me, that's on this path, as we're just collaborating, coming together. And this is what community looks like. This is what tribes looks like. This is what creativity and excellence look like. And I love it. I love it. So without further ado, the first trailblazer that I want to bring to the stage for this episode is no other than Miss Shelby Lawson with Lawson Accessories. How are you, my dear?
I am wonderful. How are you?
I'm doing amazing, and happy Friday. Oh man, but I'm so super grateful to be on this journey with you. Congratulations on being a trailblazer, which you are. You know, you've been in this business, definitely went through some stuff and risen above the odds, and you're not here by default, or you're not here by accident. You know, you are self-made. You're here because you lived on purpose, for a purpose, despite the odds. Yes. So I know you have a thing too to tell me, because I got my pen and paper ready. Like, she does this, okay?
Yes.
First of all, hats off, and kudos to you. So I salute you, and I'm just happy to be a part of your journey. Sprinkling
Thank
out.
You. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Now, Miss Shelby, just a little bit about for those who are watching. I know you're well known. For those who are watching, just let them know about who is Shelby Lawson and just how did you go about getting into being an artist, tapping into that um your creativity and which branched out to Lawson accessory. But just let them know for now, just who is Shelby.
Wow, that's a power punch question. I'm just a girl. I'm just a girl from South Carolina who happened to land in Pennsylvania because my husband's job relocated us here.
Ooh,
And I had no idea that creativity was buried deep into my soul.
yeah.
It creativity found me, which is
Mhm.
amazing for my life. It's how a lot of things happen. I don't, I went to school. I have a degree in medical technology. I worked in the medical field forever. We moved here. My husband and I struggled to have children. We moved here. Everything was fresh and new. And within a month of being in Pennsylvania, I found out I was pregnant.
Wow.
So we went through that struggle and so moved here, got pregnant. We knew that once I became pregnant or we became pregnant, I would be the one who would stay home because he was the primary breadwinner. I mean, I made money, but his
Mm-hmm.
salary certainly outweighed mine. So I was the
Yeah.
one to make the sacrifice and stayed home, mainly because we were new to the area. We had no family here. We were in, everything was just extremely new. And I visited a couple of daycares and I said, no, I think I'm going to stay home. So within staying home, of course, running the house, I made my own, we gone back to one salary. So I made my own curtains, my own table runners, my own decorative
Yeah.
pillows. I started in that space first. And I did local craft shows at the local
Mhm.
churches, and I developed a following. Naomi got a little older when she was 5. I decided to go to work part-time. I went to St. Luke's North and I worked
Mhm.
there from like 5 to 9 at night while Donald was home. So we would switch roles. I would go to work, he
Yeah.
would come home. So it worked out wonderfully for us. And then as she began to get a little older, and I know you can relate to this when it comes to our little girl's clothing, the clothing became just a little bit too provocative for me. So I decided
Mhm.
to make her dresses myself.
Oh,
Um,
wow.
I my home life is totally different from my public life. My home
Mhm.
life is very conservative and very traditional. And so I decided to start making dresses for her, even though she was at that time, she went to Lehigh Christian Academy and they had uniforms. But like on Sundays and Saturdays when we were running around, I just messed around and made her a couple of things, and then the other moms started to notice, and then my wheels started to turn. I was like, hey, maybe I have something here that I never knew existed. I still continued to work. Eventually I made my way full-time to Lehigh Valley Hospital and then on to St. Luke's Hospital. Still developing my following. I was working full time. I also started a cleaning business during that time. I had about 8 of the cardiologists that I used to work with because they already knew me from working with them. So they trusted me. So had the cleaning business, working full time, mom, and my husband was traveling a lot, like extensively, Asia, South America. He was always gone, Japan, China. So I made it work. Looking back, I don't know how, except for the grace of God, I made it work. So 2016, my following had grown to a place where I had to make a decision. And
Yeah.
so Donald and I sat down and he said, you can always go back to the hospital setting. There's always jobs in the medical field, but
Mhm.
you really need to explore what's going on in this creative space. So we made the decision for me to leave St. Luke's and go
Mhm.
with Lawson Accessories full time. I also kept my cleaning client, which I still have to this day, because the money I made from cleaning paid the rent of my brick and mortar. And so even if I didn't sell very much during the month, I wasn't stressing about money to pay the rent and pay the insurance and all of that. So I'm so grateful for wisdom when it comes
Yeah.
to, to the financial aspect of going into business for yourself. And I always
Mhm.
tell people coming behind me, make sure that you are living beneath your means. Every dime should not be going out the door. Save for those rainy days. I'm not saying save a whole lot, but just make sure that you are covered. Example, COVID. When COVID hit, I am one of few who were able to pivot a little bit and stay open during COVID. So when you align yourself financially, mentally, spiritually,
Yeah.
relationally, especially relationally,
Mhm.
you'll be able to continue.
Mhm. Mhm.
I know that was a lot, but
No,
sometimes
no,
I get so excited about
no, that was
sharing the
good.
journey, because the journey
Yeah,
is so.
important.
I've always, just like in my daughter's life, when God gave us Naomi, I made a commitment. I said, "Thank you. I know that
Mhm.
she does not belong to me. I am simply a steward of your goodness for her."
Yeah.
I do that the same thing with my business.
Yeah.
And our God is a relational God. And I keep going back to God
Mhm.
because those who don't know me should know that you can be Christian and business, and you can. Um, I remember when I first started, someone
Yeah.
said to me, "Well, don't talk about God in your business. You're going to lose business." Well, I believe that every person that steps through the door of Lawson Accessories, or every person that comes in my life from a business perspective,
Mhm.
he's sent because I am his. And so I can't separate. Some
And
people
then
can
it's
do that.
part
I
of
am
your
totally
identity.
unable to do that.
Me
Me
too. I
too.
I can't turn it off. I
Yeah,
mean, I was raised in it. My grandmother's an evangelist. I've been church
yeah,
my whole life. I retaliated, of course, around 18, 19. Thought I had it figured out.
absolutely.
Yeah,
We all do that,
back.
but
Like,
you
okay, I'm
always
sorry.
come back.
Yeah, I always came running back, but no, I'm
Hmm.
like you. I can't. Even with business, like, look, I'm a pray us out. Like, like
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
just how I operate. But I
yeah,
think it's just all about your tribe. Like, what's for
yeah.
you is for you. Your ideal
Absolutely.
client and your ideal customer. What does that look like? Because
Hmm.
you're not for everybody, and that's what a lot of people who's watching this. You're an entrepreneur. You're trying to fit in everybody's box. You're trying
Yeah,
to cater to the masses.
yeah.
You can't. What's for you is
I'm
for you. Sis.
no, I know wholeheartedly I'm not for everyone, and I don't want to be. That's too much work.
Right. That's a lot of work.
So for the people that roll with me, we love on each other and we support each other, and that's it. You
Yeah.
don't have to
That's
be
it.
everybody's cup of tea,
No,
you
I
know?
love that. And I love how like you just stumbled up on it where it's like, look, I saw a need and you
Mhm,
filled the
mhm,
void,
mhm,
and that ended up like branding and expanding into Lost and Accessories and like
mhm.
the person you are today, all from like making your own stuff for your home, saving a lot of money. And like making your clothing and then making your clothing for your daughter, so she was just like
Mhm.
your mannequin as well growing up.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then just like where you are now, and I've had the pleasure myself of walking for and being styled by Shelby, walking in her fashion shows, especially when I was new to the valley, and doing a lot with the Lehigh Valley Fashion
Mhm,
Week. Is I think
mhm.
when we started, I mean, gosh, it's been like 10 years now.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
I've been
It's been
knowing
a
you for
journey.
a long time. Oh my goodness.
Absolutely. And then I think it was Shiloh
After
before
that,
the
I know you did the play. It was just like I was like, my hat goes off to Shelby. It was like 100 cast members
you
minimum.
know, be careful what you say yes to. I mean, honor your yes. So that was a situation where I had said yes, not knowing. I didn't do my homework, but
Yeah,
um
you did
it
good though.
was it pushed me. When you say yes and it's more than you expect, your tenacity comes out and your strength comes out, and
Yeah,
everything that's within you will present itself.
yeah, Yeah.
And then it's great for your spirit and your soul, because then you know in your heart
Mhm.
of hearts that nothing is impossible.
Mhm. Right.
Nothing is impossible. Everything is doable with the right people around you.
Right. Right. Exactly. I love
So,
that. And just some of your pieces. I saw this the other day. It was at the Jerk Fest or something like that, right?
yeah,
Yeah, I love, love, love this. I'm all for
yes.
dazzles and sparkles. Like this is everything. This is definitely me. And I love the lacing and
And
the like.
this
I
was
love
from a
the
friend who
texture.
was turning 60, and she said, "I just want something different." And I said, "Okay."
Yeah,
And you know what I love, Jacinth? I love when clients come to me and they give me complete creative freedom, because
yeah,
I dress women like women. I don't, you can be extremely sexy without showing it all. And
yeah.
I want my, anyone who wears Lawson accessories to feel beautiful. That's my calling, to
Mm,
pour into women, because we don't hear it enough,
right.
in a positive light.
Hmm.
Every woman is specifically and uniquely designed by God, and her beauty is her beauty.
Right,
My
right,
beauty is not yours. You know what I'm saying? I possess
right.
something specifically that was created for me, and every woman
Mhm.
on this planet has it.
Exactly. I love that. Love, love, love that. This is good old Shelby. We're in one of my
Here I
favorite colors.
am.
Hello.
Yep.
I love that.
It has
I
been an
love the
amazing.
patterns too. Like I love your patterns.
Oh, I choose fabrics that are generally, some of them are non-traditional clothing fabric, like the orange in
Yeah.
this picture is upholstery fabric, but I saw something different in my mind's eye for it. So I just rolled
Mhm.
with it, and it turned out beautifully.
Yeah, I love, love, love that.
That was
Those are really good.
I'm
Yeah.
thankful for Suri. That was I forget what year it was, but it was quite a few years ago at the Arts Quest. Yeah, we did it at Arts Quest that year, in
Yeah.
Bethlehem, and it was a beautiful event. I think around that time, I truly was starting to, which sounds crazy, I was truly starting to embrace the
Yeah.
designer in me. Like the,
Mm,
people, you always have to dig deep inside yourself to see who you are, because people have a tendency, especially people from the church, they'll walk up to you and say, "I see this in you," or "I see," but if you don't see it for yourself, which is more
mhm.
important than the words that they are saying to you,
Right, right,
it won't come to its full fruition if you don't grasp it and embrace it for yourself.
right. Oh my
This
God.
was a play. I don't know how they found me, but my first fashion show in 2016 was at the Touchstone Theater. Fast forward to
Yes.
um, now, that was last year. They reached
Mhm.
out again to do costumes for the play. So I also say to people,
Yeah.
be kind to other people. You don't know when it's going to come back to you.
Yeah. Right,
You know,
right.
if you leave a nice impression on people, you
Of
can't
course.
bring your whole self, and I say that all the time. You can't take your whole self to your job, you can't take
Right.
your whole self into spaces. When I say your whole self, my parts, my other parts
Yeah.
that the public shouldn't see. You can't take your whole self into places and expect it to be a benefit to you and your business.
Right. Right. Exactly. Exactly.
I'm not saying conform. I'm saying be kind. The simplest of kindness.
Yeah. And
They
it goes
don't.
back to the golden rule too. Treat others how
Yeah,
you want to be treated. Like
yeah,
for me, no matter how much, I may be in my feelings, emotional, I try to not lead by my emotions or operate out of from that space because it never
yeah.
goes well.
That
So
always gets you in trouble.
it always get you in trouble, especially of women. You catch us on the wrong time and the wrong side of the month.
Yeah,
Where our hormones is all over. But I try to always take a step back and like, okay, the world's will reverse, or
yeah,
how would I handle it?
yeah. Yeah.
treat others how I want to be treated. I'm just going to walk in peace. I'm going to stay in peace. I'm going to stand in peace. I'm going to
Mhm.
live in peace and love. And if I don't
Mhm.
operate from that place, I'm never really at peace. You
Yes.
can't let other people's action and what other people do to dictate how you show up. You're
Right.
gonna always be
Right.
just
Right.
tossing to and fro, like you gotta stand for
Mhm.
something.
Mhm. Mhm. I always have self-talk before I go into a building or before I attend an event. I stay in
Yeah,
the car until I get myself totally prepared to deal with the public, because dealing with the public requires a
yeah,
lot of you.
I
And so
know.
I always take a moment for myself before I give myself to the public. I take
Uh-huh.
moments for myself
Mm-hmm.
just to check in to make sure I'm good. I don't
Yeah,
have any negative feelings or anything about whatever I'm getting ready to do.
yeah.
If there is, I get rid of it before I present myself publicly.
I love that. I love that.
Mhm.
Shelby, I can sit here and talk to you for all that. I'm telling you, she is a woman of this wisdom, experience, and knowledge. I love that. Any last words? And I did have her card up there if you guys want to reach out to her, her phone number. I'm gonna also put her email on the screen as well. But any last words, Shelby, that you want to leave with our lovely, amazing viewers?
Well, first of all, I want to thank you so much for having me. Thank you for supporting me 100%.
Absolutely.
Thank you for whoever nominated me. I'm not sure who did, who
Absolutely.
did, but I'm grateful for just the acknowledgement. Like, awards
Yeah.
come and go, interviews come and go, but at the end of the day, it's about relationships.
Mm-hmm.
I cherish the relationships that I've built over the years.
Yeah.
Um, Make sure you guys get your tickets and be there on time. Let's have a great,
Let's
great
have a good
time.
time. It's gonna be
Yes, let's have such an
lit.
amazing time. I know you've worked incredibly hard to get all of these people. There are a lot of people
It's a lot of people.
involved.
I'm gonna be able to sleep. It's for so
I
many more computers. Like I'm like glued to my computer from emails to phone calls to Zoom
Yes, yes,
and then on
yes,
top of that, I'm like, what in the world was I thinking? What
yes,
came over me to do
yeah,
interviews of all the trailblazers? But it's something that I look forward to doing. And it's like no one
yeah,
else could do it because I don't want to put that on anyone
yeah,
else to
yeah.
take up their time to interview. So I'm like,
Mhm,
no, for me, it's just learning the backseat, just so, and anybody too, when they're watching, they can learn more about you guys, and it opens up more doors, it opens up more dialogue, it opens up more business. Because then when I
absolutely.
showcase what you guys are doing and why, some people might be like, oh my God, why is that person a trailblazer? They don't even, when we do these interviews, then they know, hey, this person have been in the business for decades. They may not
Mhm,
post as
mhm,
much, they may not
mhm.
showcase as much, but they're doing a lot behind the scenes, and
I'm
this is why they
behind.
were nominated, this is why they were voted, you know what I mean? So
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
it opens up the opportunity for collaboration, because you never know who's watching this, a model or
Mhm,
somebody who needs a design or custom designs, who might say,
mhm,
hey, can you make me an outfit, or can I model for you, or can I be mentored by you, whatever it may be.
mhm.
So that this is what the spotlight is all about. But I'm excited about next week. I'm excited.
I'm so excited, but I also wanted to tell your viewers, when a door opens for you and you
Yeah.
walk through that door, make
Mm-hmm.
sure you leave that door on the hinges so that people coming behind you can easily walk through that door. Don't go in and make things horrible for the next person, especially female or
Mm-hmm.
of color. Don't
Oh, that's a good one.
destroy something that could be good for the next person. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
that's a
That
good
has
one. Yeah.
happened a lot along the way. I've seen a lot
Yeah,
along
when
the
doors
way.
open up for you, you make it messy. You didn't end on a good term. Now you put a bad taste in
Mhm,
their mouth, and then they
mhm.
don't want to work with nobody of over here or over
Yeah,
there. Or
yes,
yeah,
yes.
you definitely
But
gotta.
absolutely, get your tickets. I look forward to seeing everyone. I will
Yeah,
be busy all next week preparing.
I'm
I am so
excited.
excited.
I'm
Jacinth,
excited for
I
you. Yeah, you're gonna be having your hands full too, because you have a few of our trailblazers who you'll be designing their outfits. So I cannot wait for the reveal. I
yes,
cannot
yes. I still
wait.
have to I have to braid all this hair. I have so much to do. But I also wanted to say to you, Jacinth,
Yeah.
you are a perfect example of passion and purpose colliding.
Wow.
It is a beautiful thing to watch when someone fully embraces what God has for them,
Mm.
fearlessly, and
Yeah.
you've done that. So I am so very proud, and I am honored to call you friend.
Thank
And
you.
it brings me joy just to
Wow.
watch you.
Thank you.
It's just watching you has been beautiful.
I
From the
appreciate
first time I
that.
met you at
I
Shiloh,
know.
and then you wrote your book, and then you did your play, and you're going out of the country, and you're impacting young girls. That is powerful.
Thank you. And I thank you for
So
your
all
support too, man. Because I know you were
Yes.
one of my biggest supporters when I wrote the book and you came over. We went, did an interview at your store and just
Yeah.
really just like held me. And just because when you're going through a divorce and life is life, and then you're writing a book and all your business is on the front line and everybody,
Mhm.
is
Mhm.
vulnerable. And so thank you for taking me under your wings and for helping
Yeah.
to push me forward. So thank you. I appreciate that. I don't forget.
Oh, thank you. It's not easy to be vulnerable, but it's beautiful. Um, I am located at 13 East Elizabeth Avenue in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, but please call me first because I do a lot of work at home.
Yeah.
My business line is 484-275-0136. I look forward to seeing you guys. My joy is custom one of a kinds. I do have ready to wear, but my joy is just having conversations and sitting down with my clients and getting to know them and then creating something for them that's
Yeah.
just for them.
I
So
love that.
thank you so much
Thank
for
you so
having
much,
me.
Shelby. Absolutely.
But enjoy every
Thank you.
moment. You've worked so hard.
All right. Bye, Miss Shelby. I'll see you soon.
Bye bye, sweetie.
Bye-bye. Later. There you have it. Shout out one more time to Miss Shelby Lawson's, Lawson's Accessories, and she's doing some amazing things. Man, when you think of InnaStar, the Trailblazer Awards, the first thing I can think of is excellence. Everyone is coming in and just shining. I see just excellence and just where God has taken us is just excellence, and just something. This is a staple event where so many people can look forward to every year. We have people flying in, booking up hotels, and coming from, New York, PA, LA, and, Philly, Maryland, just to celebrate and the festivities. And like I said, this represents community. This represents tribe. This represents collaboration. This represents gathering. But most importantly, the word that I'm hearing is community, where everybody can just come together and celebrate creative excellence. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned. We'll be right back. And we are back. So the next trailblazer that I have the privilege to bring to the stage is so talented. She is really, really trailblazing it and doing an amazing job, and carry it with such grace. She's always booked and busy. Okay. She is a dope acting trailblazer, amazing actress, phenomenally talented, and definitely been working, so I'm just so happy to be on this journey with her. I'm so happy that she's nominated, and just to, that's just our recognition to let her know, keep going. We see you, we salute you, we recognize the work, the hard work that you're doing. So without further ado, I would like to bring to the stage no other than Isa Wnek. How are you, girl?
Oh my, I'm really well. Thank you, Jaquine. I'm excited to be on.
Absolutely. Congratulations on being an acting trailblazer. You're definitely trailblazing in the acting field. Countless amount of, awards and films, and just you're always working or auditioning. And as you can see, she's such an actor where she has her blue background.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, so whenever I see that, I'm like, okay, she knows what she's doing. She's prepared.
Well, thank you so much. Yeah, of course it's a standard, but I like to call this my imagination screen. Like always, it's a new location, whether it's somewhere in the distant future, in the present, in the past, anywhere. So it grounds me, surprisingly.
Yeah. Oh, I like that. I like that. I like that a lot. So Isa, you've been, acting for some time now, and I'm so happy that you're starting it at such a young age, and really getting your feet wet and just took off. So tell us a little bit about yourself, like your background, and when did you get into the arts? Like, when did you start acting or wanting to pursue acting?
Oh, well, lovely question. Thank you very much. So I would say ever since I was about 3 years old, I started reading all these stories. Well, I started by listening to audiobooks from a very young age. Um, I just loved how like stories came together, these characters, these adventures. I visualized it so much. And I just became invested in the art of storytelling. I loved how people on the screen portray these stories, these characters, these relationships. It was amazing that they could actually move you, inspire you, and literally change your day. Like I would walk around thinking like, wow, that was so powerful. And I would sit with that and I would really think about it. What if I could do something like that? What if I could be someone who carries such a story, to carry such a message, to maybe be a hero for someone, or maybe teach a lesson by being a villain. So I loved those concepts. And then in school, whenever there was a school play, whenever there was a chance to perform, I always took that opportunity to explore it. So then, as I grew older, I took classes in acting to see maybe exploring the human psyche, see what kind of characters can I find in myself to bring out, to portray. So then I began just to take more and more classes. I began to collaborate with more people. I started working in student films as an actress, and then slowly but surely I progressed my way up until I went to the UK and I took some training there. In the meantime, I also developed a passion for action and violence, and I enjoyed sword fighting. I enjoyed martial arts, and I would say ever since I was about 15 years old, I really told myself, I want to pursue this career. I want to take this seriously, and I began to reach out to agents, to casting directors, saying, "Hey, this is who I am. This is what I could do, and I'm excited to keep growing. And I want you to watch my progress because you never know one day." So slowly but surely, yeah, I'm aiming my way up in the industry, and I had some fun successes, but I'm always eager for more. I'm quite ambitious about it.
I love, love, love that. And what age did you say you started to have like the acting bug again?
Oh, well, when I was 15, that's when I started officially auditioning. But
Okay.
when I was 12, I was really considering the option. I was still considering because I wasn't sure, but that was when it really hit me that, hey, maybe I could be an actress.
Right. I know for me, what got me into wanting to act, I started off as a model at around 16, 17 years old. And I'm like, man, if by 24, 25, I don't break it into this business, I'm screwed. So I'm like, okay, what is something that I can do where it's timeless and I can be at any age and still have a role opportunity? And I'm like, oh, acting, So for me, it was more like just scaling my future and just thinking ahead and like, hey, I can't really pursue modeling for the rest of my life because it's kind of like, now at times it's different, but then it was very, very strict by the book type of, they wanted a certain look, they wanted a certain size. And now I feel like the industry has become more diverse and more inclusive. But yeah, to answer your cut, I had the same experience in terms of crossing over into acting. But so you started around like 12, around 15 is when you're like, okay, I'm going to make this my profession. This is what I do when I want to grow up. Is that still the case?
Definitely. I would say I did contemplate being producer, director here and there, or like writing. I love to share my vision and I love to contribute to storytelling behind the lens, trying to see as much as I could give through my creative perspective. But at the end of the day, there's something about acting that just brings me to it, and I feel I could bring my whole life and soul into it. It gives me like I feel the tingles like talking about it. There's something about it where I feel it's infused with passion.
Yeah, I love that. That's one thing I do like about acting is for me, it's an escape, and not like in a bad way, but to transform into someone else and bridging the two worlds of my world and my character world and just losing myself in that role, I think is priceless, and I get to play the role of people and things that I never thought I could do, so like if I want to be a doctor, but I didn't get to go to, to med school, I could be a doctor on screen, or an actor, as an actor, I can be a lawyer, I can be a, whatever profession I want to be. Wow, that is amazing. You're doing some amazing things. So, wow. So you started at 12, professionally at 15. And then, like, what so far, like, out of all your films that you've done, which one would you say was your favorite character or film so far?
Oh my, that's a good question. Well,
I
I would
know
say
it's so
I
hard.
think yeah, it's hard. But there's one character that I really enjoyed, and it was in a short film where I got to play an intern of a CIA agent. And it
Mm.
was really funny because I could explore this fun, ambitious, creative side. And
Mhm.
I told myself I usually like to be seen as a professional, put together person. But this was the
Yeah.
first time I got to explore this very trickster part of myself where I was just like, oh,
Ooh.
I don't care. I could try different things. Like this very eager, hyped up young character.
Yeah.
And it was just so fun to tap into that. And I feel like
Mm.
carried over into my present life. So I discovered this part of myself that was much more charismatic and enthusiastic. So yeah,
Mm.
and I feel like it unlocked this extra layer to my personality.
I like that. I like that. And just while we're here, I want to showcase some of your work as well. Let me see the first. Let's play the first one here.
So lovingly, from waiting in the basement, so humbly, so hungrily, now it's finna get so ugly, so utterly unpretty, so witty and so cunningly izzy, and there's no budging me. It's like I'm
That was Lupe
What was that?
Fiasco.
What was
Oh,
it
yeah.
for?
It was for Lupe Fiasco's music video.
Oh my
And it was
god!
Yeah, it was a fun experience. I got to meet the filmmaking team behind it. Unfortunately, I didn't get to meet him in person that day, but I got to collaborate with many actors on set. There were a lot of dancers. That young boy who was the main character. It was so fun to talk to him because he was very eager, ambitious. He was really cute too, but he was great at breakdancing. And I was so impressed. I'm like, oh wow, like I love to work out and I love to do gymnastics-based workouts, but seeing him, I'm like, wow, I have to work on my game. That's amazing.
Right.
So I got to meet a lot of amazing people, and it was such a funny shoot too because I'm falling off my bike because I was so amazed by his glory. But it was a fun project.
I love that. Let me see here the other one. That is so cool.
Thank you.
I looked after this all the way from Jordan College. I fought the magisterium. I enlisted the Northern Traders. I risked my life with the House of the Bears to bring this to you. And you just throw it back in my face. How dare you call yourself my father?
Oh, I think that's rather the point, isn't it? I never called myself your father.
Wow. Let me see the last one here. Wow.
So
And what film was this one?
So this was an independent project based off of a book series that I really liked when I was younger called His Dark Materials. A lot of people know the first book, Golden Compass. And it's a collaboration between myself and another actor that I've worked with on other projects. And we had an independent filmmaker who wanted to do something along those lines. So we all collaborated to work on this one short film to capture the scene. And in particular, it was a relationship between the daughter and her father. And her father is like this amazing, like I would say, a very capable explorer who does many dangerous exhibitions. And the character, she essentially travels to him on this dark road only to realize that he never wanted her there. So it was like a deep moment that we explored in this scene. And it was a lot of fun, a lot of yelling back and forth at each other, but as actors, it was so fun to collaborate on.
But you can now say that, hey, I'm a producer. You know, I know what it's like to put the pieces together, the vision together from a credit or thought to fully manifested where you can watch it on the screen. That's always a blessing, man. Let me look at the other one.
for something that he does so lovingly, from waiting in the basement, so humbly, so hungrily, now it's finna get so ugly, so utterly unpretty, so witty and so cunningly izzy, and there's no budging me. It's like I'm next for something that he does so lovingly.
Actually, the reason why I'm this young, yet I'm part of your missions and your division. Because I can handle things like this. You know very well I can.
I'm only going to tell you one more time. Give that back to me right now.
No, because I'm coming with you.
Get that back.
Oh. Okay. So you do fights and stunts as well?
I would say it's funny. I don't mention this, but I have a twin sister who wants to become my stunt double when we get our way into the industry. And I'm into stage combat. I love, and also martial arts, fencing.
Yeah.
I love the physical component to it. I love to be fit, but I also like to be a fighter. I called myself a warrior girl from a young age. So
Wow.
I would say that's something I definitely want to bring into my work, explore that. But I wouldn't call myself an action actor, or that's how they say in the industry, or like a stunts artist, someone who specializes in it. It's a part of my personality. I would say I'm primarily actress, but I do have an action side to me.
I like that. Let me see. What's the name of your that you said you have an action site?
Oh no, an action side to myself.
Action site. I was like, wait, action site.
My accent gets in the way.
Yeah, no, I love that. You're doing so many amazing things, Isa. I'm like so proud of you, man. And the fact that you're such a young age and you're doing what you love. Not a lot of people are that fortunate to say, hey, I'm on set. I'm working alongside, these amazing legends and people that have been in the business for decades. And just the exposure, everything that you're doing, I just salute you. It's amazing. What do you have coming up next?
So exciting stuff. Currently, of course, I'm auditioning like many actors out there. The thing is about myself, I call myself a developmental artist. You have many big auditions coming your way, but not everything gets booked just because you're starting out and you're still finding your place in the industry. So I would say beyond auditioning, I'm collaborating on a few independent projects with up and coming filmmakers, something action oriented, maybe something historical, but I will let you know. I'll let you know as soon as it comes out. And I am actually on the way to collaborating with European artists and European filmmakers, mostly based in the UK. And I am working towards, my agents are working to getting me visas to work in different countries. And I soon might be appearing on European screens, it's quite exciting because coming as a Polish girl who was born in the States, coming back, it feels like I'm coming back to my home country, my heritage. So I'm giving back essentially. So in short words, a lot of things, but I'm still pursuing the one goal of acting and expanding and growing my career.
Love that. And if someone wanted to contact you, Isa, whether it's for, producing or whether it's to book you as an actor or where can they reach out? What's your handle?
Well, thank you very much for mentioning. I would say when it comes to handles, the easiest thing to do is Google me. I'm up and coming. You can see me on IMDb. You can see me on Instagram, on Facebook.
Yeah.
The easiest way, I do have a link tree and I do have a website, but I think on Instagram, if you want to follow me, see what I'm doing, if you want to reach me out through email, you're more than welcome to. I accept inquiries and I always like to discuss with up and coming filmmakers or even established filmmakers on what they want to do. So making sure our visions align. So email, Instagram, my Instagram is same thing, ISA WNEK, Isa Wnek. On Instagram. And beyond that, you could always look me up.
And any words of encouragement that you can leave with our viewers today?
Of course, yes. So I feel in our journey, we do hit hurdles. We are discouraged. We see someone more successful than us. We don't book an audition. We feel we're running into a rut. But at the end of the day, it's the consistency that counts. If you go out and put in the work, these are small steps that you're taking. But you don't see them compound, but as long as you just keep that momentum going, you will see by the end of the year, 2 years, you will see that you built this whole pile of work, a lot of connections behind you, and that will reap its rewards. It's all about patience. It's all about sticking with it and patience and
Thank you so much. I'm like, oh man, patience, that word. I'm allergic to that word. It needs to be my best friend. But thank you so much again. You guys, if you're trying to reach out to her, her email is down below my picture. So that is amazing. And you have yourself a good day, Isa. The night is still young, so I know you're gonna enjoy your Friday evening.
Well,
All right, enjoy yourself. All right, and I'll see you soon.
Thank you. See you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.